All right, I'm going to go over the answers to the skills practice that was in your Google Classroom. So this is going to help you prepare for the 12.6 quiz. So make sure you pay attention carefully. 3 coins are tossed. And they want you to do a tree diagram, but it's okay if you don't do a tree diagram. I just want to know the number of possible outcomes there's going to be. So I ask, how many things do I get to do? I get to do 3 things. How many things? I got coin 1, coin 2, and coin 3. How many things are in coin 1? 2. 2 in coin 2, and 2 in coin 3. That means there's 8 total outcomes possible. Okay? I could make a tree diagram. I want to show you what it would look like if I did. Right here. Plus, this helps answer that one question that we had on a 5-minute check. It says, how many times are you going to see heads, 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 or tails, tails, tails? See? You see it heads, heads, heads once, tails, tails, tails once. That was from our 5-minute check. And this is a tree diagram for a number cube is rolled and a coin is tossed. So in this, you can see you have 12 outcomes. Why? Because you get to do 2 things. You get to roll a cube and you need to toss a coin. Remember, fundamental counting principles is always multiplication. So this is 6 times 2, which is 12 total outcomes. So that's those 2. Then we move on to the next one. It says 1 card is drawn from a standard deck of cards. Well, 1 thing is all you get to do. Standard deck of cards have 52 cards. So there's 52 different outcomes. Number 4, 3-sided number cubes are rolled. 3 of them. That means you get to do 3 things. And each number cube has 6 numbers on it. So it's 6 times 6, 6 to the 3rd power, which is 216 total outcomes. 1 coin is flipped 3 consecutive times. So you get to flip the coin, pick it up, flip the coin again, pick it up, flip the coin again. This is your first flip, this is your second flip, and this is your 3rd flip, which is 8 total outcomes. 1 coin is flipped and 1 8-sided dice is rolled. You get to do 2 things. Flip the coin and roll the die that's 8-sided. You have 16 total outcomes. Yep, it helps to be able to see that, doesn't it? Number 7, a sweater comes in 3 sizes and 6 colors. So you get to pick a size and a color. Size, color. 3 times 6, 18 total outcomes. A restaurant offers dinners with the choice of 2 salads, 6 entrees, 5 desserts. You get to pick 3 things. You get to pick the salad, the entree, and the dessert. 2 times 6 times 5, 60 total outcomes. Now we get to probability. So this was just a possible outcome. So notice the difference. Total outcomes, just how many things you get to do, and it's just a solid number. That's your denominator if you were looking for probability of something. Now we're finding probability of something. So what's the probability that you draw an ace of spades? So you're only doing 1 thing. You're drawing an ace of spades. There's 52 total outcomes, and there's only 1 ace of spades in a deck of cards. A coin is tossed twice, 2 times. So you get to do 2 things, 2 possible outcomes, and possibility of getting tail, tail, getting tail once, getting a tail twice, 1/4. Draw the 6 of clubs from a standard deck of cards. You only get to do 1 thing from the 52 cards. Draw a 6 of clubs. There's only 1 6 of clubs. Roll a 4 or higher on a 6-sided number cube. So on a 6-sided number cube, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You only get to do 1 thing. There's 6 possible outcomes, and 3 of them are 4 or higher. 1/2. Roll a 7 or an 8 on an 8-sided dice. So you have a 7 would occur once, and an 8 would only occur once. So, do you see the or word? That actually means to add instead of multiply. Because when it's and, it's multiply. So you get 2 8s or 1/4. Okay? Or you could look at it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To get a 7 or an 8 is twice out of 8 possibilities. That's probably an easier way to do it. Roll an even number on an 8-sided dice. So you get to do one thing. 4 numbers are even. 2, 4, 6, and 8. Out of 8 total outcomes, 1/2. Draw a club. Only get to do one thing. Draw a club. There are 13 clubs. 1/4. Roll an odd number on a 6-sided number cube. There are 3 odd numbers. 1/2. A coin is tossed and an 8-sided dice is rolled. Looks like you get to do 2 things. What is the probability that coin lands on tails and the die lands on a 2? Tails, 1/2. Lands on a 2. 2 only occurs 1 time out of 8. 1/16. A coin is tossed and a card is drawn. You get to do 2 things. Coin is tossed. A card is drawn. What is the probability of landing on tails? 1 out of 2. Of choosing a red card. Hearts are red and diamonds are red. 13 in each, so that's 26 out of 52 cards. Simplify, you're going to get it down to 1/4. Okay, so that was one practice that you did not have to do, but some people have chosen to do it for extra practice. Now I'm going to do the one that was actually assigned, and you can make sure that you understand how to do this one. So this is the page that actually was assigned on Google Classroom. Joan randomly dials a 7-digit number. She gets to do 7 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And each one of them, she can dial 0 to 9. So that's 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 10. And it ends up being, there it is, total outcomes. First-year students at a school must choose 5 English classes, 4 history, 5 math classes, and 3 physical education. You get to do 4 things. 5 English, 4 history, 5 math, 3 physical, 300 total outcomes. Okay. 1 card is drawn from 4 different standard decks of cards. That means you get to do 4 things. Pick a card from 52, pick a card from 52, pick a card from 52, pick a card from 52. 7,311,616 outcomes. A store offers running shoes with either extra stability or cushion from 4 different manufacturers. You get to pick the type of shoe and the manufacturer. There are 2 types, stability and cushion, and there are 4 manufacturers. 8. Winter sweaters come in wool or fleece, that's the material. Zipper or crew, that's the look. And 3 colors. You get to do 3 things. Wool or fleece, zipper or crew, 3 colors. A total of 12 outcomes. A spinner can land on red, green, blue, yellow, and another can land on the left foot, right foot, left hand. So you have your choice of color and foot or hand part. So you have 4 colors, 4 body parts, 16 total outcomes for that one. A number cube is rolled. Now we're on probability. So notice the difference. A number cube is rolled. That means I get to do 1 thing. And what's the probability that it's 4 or lower? That would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. That would be 4 numbers. 2/3 is my probability. A number cube is rolled, so I get to do one thing, 6. Getting a 5 or higher, that means 5 or 6. That's 2 6, that's 1/3. 8-sided dice and a coin, I get to do 2 things. 8-sided dice and a coin. The probability of landing on an even number would be 4. The probability of getting heads would be 1. 4 out of 16, 1/4. Okay, hopefully this is catching on. A coin is tossed, a card is drawn. 2 things. Coin is tossed, card is drawn. What is the probability of landing on heads? What is the probability of getting a heart? There's 13 hearts in a deck of cards. 13 over 104, which equals 1/8 simplified. How many fruit smoothies are possible? So it's not asking me for probability anymore. It's just asking me for how many. So you have fruit, got the R. You have a milk choice and you have a size. 6 times 4 times 3, total outcomes 72 different fruit smoothies. Monograms, engraved on a ring, how many monograms are possible? You have your size, you have your style, and you have your border style. So you have 2 times 5 times 3, or 30 outcomes. I'm not too worried about this part of it. If you got stuck on this, not a big deal. I'm not going to have one like this on the test. It's kind of confusing. How many phone plans have national long distance? So it's basically telling you you're choosing long distance. So you're not choosing from this one, but you have a phone choice, which is 2, a feature, which is 3. So you got 1, 2, 3, and a talk time, which is 3. So that's 18 different plans for that one. Then this one tells you you're choosing 100 minutes, so you're not going to choose from that. And it's also telling you it wants paging capability, so you don't want this one. So you have a phone plan, which is 2. You have a feature, which is 2. And you have a calling area, which is 3. So 12 plans. I hope this helped you so you can better prepare for the quiz on 12.6.